Hey guys, it's me again. March Madness, right? As we've said before, March Madness typically has to do with basketball or weather, but this year it has to do with pandemics and a pretty crazy market. So we're getting a lot of questions from participants, folks that are inside the 401ks and 403bs that we work with, and we're answering those questions by phone, by email, and every once in a while I record my response to one of those questions when it's a really, really good question. Got a question the other day from someone who asked, because his hours were being reduced at work, whether or not he should be reducing his contributions to the 401k. Maybe you think it's an easy answer. It's not. It really depends on your situation. I will tell you what my answer was for his particular situation, and then I'm going to couch it in some advice that would be beneficial to all of you guys. So the answer for him, he was actually contributing 10%. His company was matching 5%. So we talked about the fact that he ought to try to do at least 5 to get the company match. And as we talked it through, he realized that as his hours were dropping, that he'd be contributing less anyway. And so at the end of the conversation, he actually decided to stay at 10%. How does it apply to you? Well, first of all, are you investing as a percentage of your pay? If yes, you might not need to do anything at all, because obviously as you work less, you're going to contribute less. So it kind of adjusts for itself. If no, maybe a change does need to be made. Are you contributing then as a dollar amount? If it's not a percentage, is it a flat dollar amount? And if yes, there might need to be an adjustment. Let's say you're contributing a flat $50 per paycheck or $100 per paycheck. If your paycheck is going down because they're cutting back at work, then that's going to be a larger percentage of what you take home. So just keep in mind, on the one hand, this is a really, really great market to be in because the market's down and everything's on sale. So you want to be putting money in. But it's almost like they're running this fantastic sale this weekend. Everything at Walmart's half price. All the ads go out, everything's half price, great time to buy. But on the other hand, you've got to have the money to buy. So it can be a great buying opportunity. A lot of us wish we had more cash to push into the market, but if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. So another question though that's going to apply is there a company match? If yes, you don't want to go below the company match if at all possible. You don't want to miss out on that free money. If there's not a company match, this is a whole different conversation. But if there is a company match, you're contributing more than the company match, things are getting really tough at work or at home right now, you could drop that down to the level of the company match, but don't go below that. In fact, it's one of the 3 really huge mistakes that you want to avoid. I mean, like the plague. You've got to avoid these 3 mistakes. Number 1, dropping below the match. You want to avoid that if at all possible. Number 2, taking pre-retirement distributions. Those are going to be distributions like loans or anything that anytime money comes out of the account. And then number 3, of course, moving everything to cash. Avoid those 3 like the plague, or it will come back to bite you. By the way, just a quick note, this is not the plague. It's not the plague. It's inconvenient. It's an interruption. It's irritating, but it's not the plague. And I suspect sometimes that on the other side of this, we're going to realize that it actually might have been a blessing in disguise. It's going to be a good reminder of what's important. It's going to be a good reminder of the fact that we're not in control. And it's going to be a good reminder of how valuable it is to be at home with those that you love the most. So be well. Let me know if you have any other questions about your retirement account.